Ryan and Brad, you may want to jump in on this too.
Okay.
Ryan sent us an email. He's about to sell his home, and there is a trim on a door frame, and that for the past 15 years, he would mark the height of each of his kids as their at their age and time of height as they're growing. And I think a lot of us parents have done that at one time or another, and he really doesn't want to leave that trim behind. He's concerned if he takes the frame off the door, he may cause damage, and he's wondering how to proceed. So let's talk legally first, Cora, from your standpoint. What does someone, a parent like who really cherishes something like this, which gives the height of the kids at every year, how do you handle something like that in your mind legally? Yeah.
Absolutely. Ryan, you're in good company. I did the same thing, except I did it on a door. But nonetheless, I mean, those bring back wonderful memories. So what I did, if this is helpful, and then I'll explain the legal reasoning, is I actually took a picture of it and wrote everything down, and then I duplicated it in my new house.
Oh, that's a really good idea. Okay.
Yes. And then continued to add on as my children continue to grow and grow. Now, if you are currently under contract, I would not recommend legally removing that trim, because that condition is going to be required to be the same from the date of offer. So you'll need to maintain that. But if you haven't listed it yet, and it really, is important to you, whether it's a door or it's a piece of trim, then certainly I would have a contractor in that could replace it with a new one. It might look a little weird if you show your home, and I'm sure a real estate agent will say, hey, we need to fix this trim. What happened here? Kind of thing. But you could have somebody in to repair it so that you could take that with you, take that piece with you for memorabilia as you move on and sell your home. But again, if you're currently under contract, you can't do it. But one way to save those memories would be to capture them and to recycle that and reinvent that at your new home with additional memories.
That is a great idea. But Brad, what do you thought?
I love the idea of recreating it. I can tell you that about 2 times a month, our teams find a phantom missing piece of trim work in a house. Yeah, it happens all the time. We write it up, and inevitably they say, "Oh, that's where we had marked the kid's height." Yes. So
how difficult from your perspective, again, you're not a home builder or anything, but how difficult is it to change out the trim, find the right matching trim, put it back in?
Well, finding the matching trim may be hard, but a lot of times I think you can just retrim the whole door if you to do it correctly, and then it won't throw anything off too much. But yeah, it's worse because normally we see it where it hasn't been repaired. It just was removed, and so you've got an opening there around the door jamb.
Well, Ryan, we wish you the best, because certainly you've hit a chord with all of us. We've all done this, and I think that's great. And I think Corey came up with a really good solution, but it's not the original one. But I certainly think it's a great one, a great idea.